They've made it home, but far from safely. At Sydney's International Airport this morning, arrivals squashed together.
It's a worry, right? You're told to socially distance and then you have to queue up in this really long queue with a lot of people around you.
Mitch Carden says he queued for 2 hours and after a mandatory health check was taken to hospital because he had a cough. He's made it home and is self-isolating.
My first feelings were actually quite a lot of anger and disappointment that the government was forcing us into these long queues and felt crowded. But after I've gone through the process, I felt a little bit more reassured.
New South Wales Health is now checking every traveller's temperature and asking about potential symptoms. But it says the queues aren't its responsibility.
There was no communication or planning between levels of government, and unfortunately we saw those scenes with hundreds and hundreds of people lining up in close proximity.
It appears to be another policy bungle when the Premier was trying to take control of other ports of entry.
Not a single person will come off a boat until the federal and state governments have complete agreement on policy moving forward.
A week ago, 2,700 people left the Ruby Princess in Sydney when there was coronavirus on board. A 77-year-old woman has since died and close to 150 passengers are now infected. And an ugly brawl broke out between the state and federal governments.
I've asked specifically that our authorities and the federal authorities work together today to confirm the new arrangements moving forward, so there's no doubt left in anybody as to whose responsibility is what.
Until then, thousands of passengers are stranded, and it's a problem not just for those returning to Sydney.
There are over 3,000 Australians on more than 30 cruise ships around the world at the moment. So it is a very large number, and they are scattered, as you might expect, to the four winds.
Yesterday, a flight was chartered from Honolulu to recover almost 300 Australians from a cruise ship. They're now in a Sydney hotel under police guard for 2 weeks. Ashleigh Raper, ABC News, Sydney.